Okay, so this is the third step in making kefir water. And I have here 3. Most people won't make this many at a time, but I have lots of thirsty drinkers of kefir. I have 3 secondary fermentations and a primary here. So I'll start with the secondary fermentation. These here have gone through a primary 2-day fermentation like this with just the kefir grains. And after they had fermented for 2 days as a primary, then I strained out the grains and put fruit. And I just labeled what the various fruits are so we know what we really like. So this one here is a honeydew orange date. So now that this has fermented for 1 more day, the secondary fermentation ferments for another day with the fruit. Now, as soon as it's done, it's 2 + 1 days, then you bottle it and put it in the fridge. So you can use anything. You can use 2-liter or 1-liter pop bottles. These are 2-liter containers. Most people use the 1-liter, but we drink a lot, so everything is kind of doubled. These are 1-liter pop bottles. These are for making your own carbonated beverages. These ones are called, I don't even remember, soda, I don't know, carbon soda something, I can't remember. You can get them at Canadian Tire. And then, or Fizzini ones. These are called Fizzini, and these are called Soda Stream. So I like these because they're for carbonated beverages, and this does carbonate a lot. Always use plastic when you're working with kefir water because it doesn't like metal, apparently. So this is a little tricky because it's a 2-liter and it's kind of heavy. So hold it carefully, and I'm going to strain it. Whoops, and because there's a lot of fruit in it, I'm just going to pass me a plastic teaspoon there, or a tablespoon or something. So I'm just going to stir this up, and maybe you can pass me like a plastic bowl or something that I can put the compost in. There. With a 2-liter jar, this is really more of a 2-person operation. With all the fruit in it. Yeah, to make this I had whizzed in the blender honeydew melon and then squeezed also some orange juice and put dates in it. Unsulfured dates. If you use dried fruit, which I like to, always use unsulfured dried fruit. There we go. I fill it almost full. I leave about 1 inch or 2 at the top. And you can see there's a little bit of fuzz on it, but there is more than you think. I'll put that aside. That's going to go in the fridge. Here we go. There. And that fills almost 2 full 1-liter bottles. You're going to lose some because of the fruit, obviously. And as soon as I finish with that, I just pop it in the dishwasher right away. All right. So there we have 2 that are honeydew orange date. And I'm going to label these in the fridge later so that we know what the flavors are. And I'll do 1 more so you can kind of see. This one is pomegranate cherry. And what I use you can buy this Palm Wonderful juice in different flavors, palm cherry, palm blueberry. You can use that kind of thing, or you can use any fresh fruit. I'll show you one when we do the secondary. But you can use whatever, really. As you can see, there's tons of bubbles at the top of this. Tons and tons. And as I open it, it fizzes. And this will, the pomegranate, the one with the juice, seems to fizz up quite a bit because it just, the bacteria seems to eat it faster for some reason. And this is quite fizzy going in. If you taste this and it's not sweet enough for you, put a little half a teaspoon of sugar in it before you put it in the fridge. Because the kefir grains can tend to use up all the sugar, and then it's not sweet. And I mean, it's always sweet enough for me, so I'm not going to worry about it. But if it's not sweet enough for you, and check that out. This is kind of cool. I hope you're not getting my face there, Mickey. So this is palm cherry and something else. Palm cherry date. I always put a dried fruit in. I'll put that on there. And just finish this guy. I love it when it's really fizzy. Oh shoot! I just dropped it all over the place. That's okay. It's a two-person operation. One-person operation is a little tricky with the big jars. And I have another one of the same flavor, so I'll just put it into here. And this one is fizzing when I open it. It goes nuts. Like, how cool is that? This one I had put, I put a couple of big dates in them. There. And I should fit into this. I screw this on tight. If you're gonna, they should stop fermenting once you put them in the fridge. If they don't, like, I mean, you might check every couple of days. If you're not drinking it right away, you might check every couple of days and just give the top a little twist off and on to release pressure. With those bottles, they shouldn't blow up or anything. It should be safe. And it really doesn't ferment much once it's in the fridge. There. And as I said, that's the third step of the kefir water. From, it's gone through the primary, the secondary, and just like kind of check out those gorgeous bubbles all the way down. Primary to secondary to in the fridge. I have this honeydew orange has still got some space in it, so I'm just going to mix everything up and put the last little bit of this in here. What the heck? Mix the flavors. There. So it has a little bit of the other in it as well. And that is the third step. Once I'll label all of these and put them in the fridge, and they apparently stay indefinitely. They don't last long enough here to know how indefinitely, but I have 6 1-liter bottles at way cheaper than you would buy pop for, and infinitely healthier.